Welcome into the studio. This one is going to be a quick one. Today we're going to do a little quality of life upgrade here in the studio that I probably should have done years ago. Now, I really hate clutter on my desks. It interferes with my whole creative process. But my problem is that I use these things like the Deck XLs here on my bench every single day to control my studio lights, to control the cameras, the teleprompter. And if all of it isn't within reach, it becomes a problem for me. And it's much more of, I would say, a necessity than it really is a convenience. Now, you know what I'm talking about if you hang out with us over on my live Twitch stream. You'll see me push the draw button to do giveaways for filament and printers and accessories like thousands of times in a year. But reaching across the desk to push the buttons ends today. We're actually gonna mount these to the underside front edge of these desks, so they'll be out of sight from the camera and a lot more convenient for me to use while filming and live streaming. Now, finding a model is so simple today, and the way that 3D printing and design is really pushing forward, there are models available for just about everything, and I knew that there would already be something out there for the Deck XLs that I could just download and use, and maybe even just modify it a bit for my specific needs. Now, I found this custom racing sim mount for the Deck XL, and it looked absolutely perfect. It looks like it would fit and just be a drop-in. And I found it on Printables, and it was clean enough that it might actually be easier than I thought. I downloaded the model and I tossed it into TinkerCAD. Hold on, now before you go all elitist and anti-TinkerCAD on me, hear me out. I've been using Fusion 360 for years, and of course I absolutely love it. It's super powerful. But not every person out there can and will use a full-blown CAD application. And TinkerCAD is the perfect free web-based tool that's probably better for someone who's not interested in that big software or going through that big learning process. Also, I need to be able to use it more myself so I can more intelligently speak about TinkerCAD as far as recommending it. If you haven't used TinkerCAD, it's made by Autodesk, which is the same company that makes Fusion 360. It's free. And it's a concept that's a little bit different than traditional CAD. It's basically a very simple constructive design tool where you think in terms of shapes that can be merged or cut with solid objects or holes. After it was loaded into TinkerCAD, all it took was to add a few basic shapes to get the angle that I wanted and a couple of holes for the screws, and we were all set and ready to print. I designed the holes for 1¼ inch construction screws so that I wouldn't end up driving the screw up through the desk. And can I give a huge shout out to FlexiSpot for this desk? This video isn't sponsored by them, but this thing is just awesome and was a huge upgrade for our studios when they sent it to us. Seriously, if you aren't using the adjustable desk, you have no idea what you're missing. It literally changed the way I work here in the studio. And speaking of sponsors, I printed this in Polymaker Polylite PLA Pro and printed it on a Bambu Lab A1. These two companies are amazing supporters of mine, and they sponsor my content wherever I go here on YouTube and of course over on Twitch, so thank you. All right, now I wanted to make this thing a heavy duty print, so I went with 6 walls in the slicer and 25% infill. It's definitely strong. It's about 250 grams of filament, and it took almost 7 hours to print. Now, keep in mind when it comes to walls and perimeters when you're 3D printing, that doesn't mean just external walls. It means every perimeter. So voids like screw holes get looped the same number of times, and in this case it was 6. So think about that for a moment. When you are designing and printing parts, consider adding more walls or perimeters in your slicer settings to give hardware mount points more strength. So ultimately, where the head of this screw is going to be going in and causing compression, there's a lot of plastic under it, helping it retain its shape. All right, now let's get these things mounted. But check this out. I don't have to lay on the floor and do it. We can just raise the desk. So I'll get a camera and I'll get it pointed up under this thing and we'll get it mounted. What do you think? Pretty sweet, huh? I'm using these Phillips screws because that's all I had, right? But I designed it with this little wedge so that it actually can kind of drop right in like that. So I kind of want this one on this side, right about here. And as you can see the frame right there, that's actually kind of the resting point for it. One, it keeps it aligned, and two, it's going to help us when it's screwed in that it won't be able to push down so much because it'd force into there. Kind of spaced a little bit. I think right there is a good place, right? Just drive it right up into there. Drive this one up in there. Here we go. Drive this one right up in there. Look at that. Absolutely perfect. All right, it's mounted. So let's get a Stream Deck dropped in and we'll see what it looks like. Should just drop right in there. We'll just disconnect one of these Stream Decks. Don't need that anymore. This one here. There it is. Don't need that anymore. These are gone now. Let's go ahead and we'll feed the cable up through here. Plug this right into the back. Look at that. Beautiful. We'll do some cable management under there. And this one, same thing on this side. Feed that cable up through there. Plug it into this Stream Deck. Drop it in. That is absolutely fantastic. Now I'll bring it back down and I'll show you what it looks like. Yeah, look at this. That is absolutely freaking awesome. Perfect. Allows me to come in here, modify, stream, hit my giveaway buttons, all of that awesome stuff right there. Take a look at this one over here. Look at this. Mind those cables, but look at this. Isn't that awesome right there? Look at that. Just perfect. So this is like recording here. Hit this button here. Now I can kick over it. I can go through all my different sounds. I can control my teleprompter. I can do all of that. And I could do all of that standing right here looking at this camera in the desk now. Look how freaking clean this is. Look at this. Isn't this awesome? Way better. Huge quality of life upgrade for me to be able to just control the live streams, filming, all of that, lights here in the studio, and to be able to do that all from here. Like, matter of fact, watch this. Lights, check this out. Right? Isn't that cool? So we can actually kick it all on, light up the whole studio. Isn't that awesome? Pretty sweet, huh? A huge shout out to Polymaker for this incredible PLA Pro. If you've not used PLA Pro or you don't know what it is, think about it like a PLA version of PETG. It's just got a bit more flexibility, so it's not going to be as easy to break, and it's super strong, and it prints just as easy, if not easier, than regular PLA. Look at this. Look at how clean and open this is. This is absolutely awesome. I love it. All right, this is the way it should be. Everything tucked down here below. Pretty sweet. Now, I do wonder if I should mount the keyboard and my trackball here, but I actually like typing on a desk with keyboard and trackball. And but I don't know. Now I'm torn because wouldn't that be beautiful to have this just completely clean and bare, and I could do all of that? Oh, I don't know. Tell me in the comments below. Should I put the keyboard and trackball there? Or is that aesthetic work? Hey, in fact, if you want to see how well this thing works, come by my live streams on Twitch. We give away stuff every single time I go live from our amazing sponsors on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 5 p.m. Pacific. Come join us. And I'll have a link to the original model in the description, of course. And if you're interested in printing this mod for yourself, let me know in the comments below and I'll get it uploaded. Now, I told you that was going to be a quick one. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Way better. I gotta push all my buttons.